I'm leaving Florida and I can't take it anymore. Now, I've done a video like this in the past and it was misinterpreted, but let's just face the facts. There's going to be 9 million homes for sale that hit the market very soon. 9 million homes are going to hit the market. There's going to be a massive uptick in homes that hit the market. Inventory in Florida is going to skyrocket, and we're watching it happen in real time right now. So make no mistake, although the sun is rising, the sun will set and the sun will rise tomorrow, and I don't suspect the end of the world is coming anytime soon, unless you're an agent, unless you're a buyer's agent. If you're a real estate agent and your business is based on buyer compensation, well, I got bad news for you. The sun is not going to rise unless you understand and know how to show and demonstrate your value proposition and can negotiate and advocate for yourself because you provide maximum value. But in the interim, let's just face the facts. Florida sucks and everybody's leaving. I'm one of the folks that's doing that too. And I'll be back. I'm really only going on vacation for spring break with my children in Panama, where the cost of living is significantly reduced, period. And the quality of food and vegetables, which are grown in unbelievably robust conditions, are a million times better, more healthy, more robust, more flavorful, and more delicious than anything I've ever experienced here. But that's the fact. The entire system here is a disaster. And yes, we're going into volatility season, but the 9 million homes that are going to hit the market that are going to have a massive explosion of inventory, and supply and demand will always dictate price. But please understand that when there's massive supply and not much demand, well, chances are the prices of homes in the market that are on the market for sale are going to tank, nosedive. They are going to depreciate. They are going to diminish in value. It will be a catch a falling knife situation. And if you must sell, then you must do it now before the bottom falls out of the market. But that 9 million supply side uptick, which is going to happen imminently, really means it's going to happen within the next 10 years. And it's a national number. So regionally, the markets that exist within the markets, the micro markets, the hyper-local markets, they're all going to trade differently, and their prices will be based on supply and demand. The listing that I took 3 days ago has had 35 showings scheduled on it so far throughout the course of the weekend, which is not over. We've already got multiple offers which are bidding the price higher. So while it may be true that mortgage interest rates will skyrocket, and it's also factually true that perhaps the Fed will play games and they'll manipulate financial and monetary policy, and they'll do some sort of quantitative easing or some sort of pulling of a financial rabbit out of their financial ass in terms of monetary policy. But who knows what's going to happen? But mortgage rates are going to go higher at some point. Mortgage rates are going to go lower at some point. In the interim, all I see is homes that are priced the right way sell quickly. And there are multiple offers that bid the price higher. If that's something that you must do, if it's something that you must secure, because equity isn't real until it's realized. So whatever phantom number you see on your Zestimate, or you see or think you have right now, just know as financial pain upticks, and it is. Let's just look at it from the positive standpoint. The reality of it is people are feeling financial pain, period. And the numbers that come out from the government and from that are all telling you one thing about the economy, which is it's great. Well, I challenge that assertion because the actual inflation number is closer to not 3%, it's something like 10%. At one point it was closer to 18%. But are they making progress? I guess. unless you're on a fixed income, because the insurance market, the property insurance market has skyrocketed. The costs of goods and services has skyrocketed. And although gas is manipulated and we're draining the strategic petroleum reserve, which we probably want if there's something like a China or a Russia or a axis of evil that is manipulating us to lose our culture, our society, our way of living, our American standard. If you don't think that's happening, well, God bless. I do. And we are under attack. It's not going to be hypersonic missiles. It's going to be a social media full frontal attack during volatility season. And it's going to get really crazy and really weird. But we can't dispute the fact that trillions of dollars have been printed and deployed into the economy. And how much of that is real? How much of that is just being recirculated back into the war machine, the military industrial complex? How much of that is really going back to the people who printed it in the first place? Is this just another game of three-card Monte, which in the interim, I can only talk in realities, because there's the truth, there's fiction, and then there's fiction that people try to sell you as truth. But mortgage interest rates are going to fluctuate. If you can't afford a mortgage, don't buy a home. If you don't have the cash to live your lifestyle, then make better choices, because you can control how much money you make. It requires grit, tenacity, and work. Consistent, massive action. And right now, with buyer commissions essentially being decoupled from the seller contract, which means there's a lot of realtors. In fact, in my market, there's 40,000 agents in the Palm Beach market. 40,000 agents are licensed. And of that, only 1,000 do 10 deals or more a year. And of that do 10 deals or more a year, the price points on most of those homes are so negligible that they can't feed themselves. So there's going to be a massive exodus from the industry, and that's good. I look forward to it. And they will be eliminated. They will find other ways to live, I hope, or perhaps they'll be on the government's team forever. But if you can't afford to buy a home, don't. If you think renting is a better choice than buying, then by all means, rent. There's no shame in that. It's what's best for you. But inventory continues to slowly uptick back to 2020 levels. And no, income has not increased sufficient to keep up with inflation. There's going to be a lot of haves and have-nots, and it's going to suck for a lot of people. There is going to be financial pain. And if you're feeling that financial pain now, just know it's not getting any better. It will only get worse. So if you must sell, if you're thinking about selling, you should do it now. But just know, when everyone hits the exit door at the same time, you're going to be playing a very hard game of catch a falling knife. But you sure as shit don't want to do that when there's 50 other products in your neighborhood that are all feeling financial distress. And from the buy side, understand, you've got more leverage. So it's totally possible that you can go out there and find deals. I'm looking at builders out there right now with lots more quick delivery homes that are incentivizing their buyers with much more attractive interest rates, where you can get locked in at something closer to 5.5 or under 6. I've seen some that are actually even more attractive than that. These are loss leaders for these builders who are sitting on a metric shit ton of cash. They can afford to do that. They can stimulate the market. They can stimulate demand. They can control supply for now, up until they can't. But Florida is free. And the freedom that exists here is very attractive to everyone I speak to. And I speak to people every single day who desperately want out of where they are at and into Florida. But if you need help with that, just know there is professional help available. There are all-star experts that specialize in whatever it is you need, and I know all of them. Please reach out, go to igoehomegroup.com. We will get you set up right away. But more importantly, go to my link, which is in the description down below, fill out the form, and we will have more information, the right information that we need to get you set up with the professional that you require in this changing market. And the market will change, but Bitcoin is skyrocketing. The dollar is being threatened every single day. And you can get caught up in the smoke and mirrors of what the stock market is doing right now. But I'm going to make a crazy argument for you. We printed, the United States, not we, it wasn't my choice, but Big Papa Powell and the powers that be printed $3 or $4 trillion of money, which they injected into the economy. And if you believe the numbers, and inflation only went up 10%. I'm shocked that Biden isn't. If he had the mental acuity to understand, he should be shouting that from the rooftops. And I am not a Biden fan by any stretch of the imagination, but we printed trillions and trillions of dollars and we only got 10% inflation. That's a win. But don't trust me. Go back, read some history. I'm reading a book right now called When Money Dies, and it's an analysis of the hyperinflation that existed in the Weimar Republic of Germany. And inflation is never good. Hyperinflation is never good. The devaluation of the dollar is never good. And all of those things are at war with the world. They are attacking our country right now and in numerous ways that we can't possibly know what the long tail consequences are. But for right now, the future looks bright. So shout out to PBD. If you need help with anything, please reach out. We specialize in finding the one buyer on planet Earth willing to pay more than anybody else, irrespective of market conditions. If you're thinking about selling, if you're thinking about buying, just know we do business completely differently than anybody else out there. We will find your dream home, your dream lifestyle, and get you the best deal humanly possible through aggressive negotiation, which is reality-based. And there's going to be lots of opportunities. So make hay while the sun is shining. I'm going to Panama. I'm leaving Florida because I can't take it anymore. And that's only because it's spring break. I can't take being here when my kids are on spring break and I've got the opportunity to go on vacation and max out that time with them. But I want you to have more time. I want you to have more quality of life. I want you to live your dream lifestyle. I want you to max out South Florida living to the fullest. Go out there, win the day, win the week, win the year. Escape Florida for a week if you can afford to do so. My next video, I'll be surrounded by tropical surroundings. So look forward to seeing you on my next video. You've been watching Chris Igoe, and get ready to see what Panama looks like because I intend to have the time of my life. And I hope you